Here it is. A fine example of why we can't fix things. See, we love to worry about the external because it's easy to point fingers at strangers, right? This group of people are the reason we're not succeeding. This group of people pretend to have solidarity with us and they really don't. This group of people owe us our fair share. See, I'm all for fixing the external because there's a lot of truth to what is said, right? But are we ready to fix the internal? See, I did a video a while back about a lady and her husband who scammed people within the black community by pretending to help them when they were really living a lavish lifestyle and passing herself off as some guru that she wasn't. And then she started threatening people. And then another YouTube personality that was also helping the black community, that's who she threatened. And then is caught on camera, I guess, threatening the woman's life. I never revisited that story to know if her and her spouse are now serving prison time. Keeping up with the Joneses is a heck of a drug, right? So this guy called himself the world's sexiest albino, ended up going to Congressman Lewis, who died fairly recently's funeral, and was entrenched in the Black Lives Matter movement, which I will just go ahead and controversially say doesn't help black people. So to each his own. When you have the founders or so-called founders buying $1 million houses and raking up Hollywood contacts for themselves. Then there were a few stupid people who would verbally say, like, Black Lives Matter can be compared to Black Panthers, which we know is a lie because the Black Panthers strolled the neighborhood with those guns as a form of protection. The Black Panthers had morning breakfast programs because lots of black kids, still now, but particularly in that time, went to school hungry. Black Lives Matter talked all this crap, have yet to show proof that the young boys and whoever has been shot, even Breonna Taylor, that they've given money to their families. See, people have no problem jumping, have no problem jumping on your bandwagon and selling themselves as some brand and then living it up. There was a raid on this guy's house, right? And he actually starred in an episode or two of a show called American Horror Story Coven. I don't watch that type witchcraft type stuff. That's y'all. I have no judgment. Just go do what you do. And he had racked up Hollywood bit parts. And that's the nickname here in the article that you can see that he called himself. He was stupid enough to get online posing in tailored suits after the fact and posed up in nice lavish hotels, bought himself a house, then tried to say it was for helping women in need. But when the house was raided, there's no indication that the house was ever charitable. Bought himself luxury suits and was living it up off of taking donations from two charities, a Black Lives Matter charity he set up and then another charity he set up. Then you wonder why people are skeptical about giving now. There shouldn't be a mystery to anyone. The games people play. See, we're on this mountain again, right? Whereas I've discussed on several occasions, the external is important. But to take care of our own, we got to deal with the internal. If you're asking me personally, I think Black Lives Matter has been an epic failure, and for this reason. Look, the Panthers may have had their problems, but kids got fed, neighborhoods got protected, right? I'm not saying it was all gravy. I'm just letting it be known. How do you watch national news stories where young black people are killed and tell yourself, oh, I know, I'm going to go ahead and set up a charity and go meet all these celebrities. Because like I said, he went to Congressman Lewis's funeral. He had been active with some famous people, just like that Kohler's lady living in Calabasas that don't seem like she's doing too bad. Mind you, Calabasas is where your Kardashians sort are. That's how rich that place is. And she has no qualms sitting there living comfortably off of taking money from y'all, talking about your lives matter. I'm going to step down. Of course you are, now that you got caught. No one's going to make me believe that people like him don't pre-plan this stuff. See, the reason these scams are going to hurt black people more than anything is that it's going to hurt the fringe of people that are so desperate to keep everything within the community that somebody who looks the part and acts the part going to pull this nonsense. Because they found AR-15. I mean, this dude was living it up. Tailored suits. That's the problem. People think you have to look the part. For somebody who's out pounding the pavement, if you're out doing marches, grassroots work, no one expects you to wear a suit all of the time. But this is the desperation to have something at the expense of other people. Because those people who donated to you in their own good-hearted nature thought that they were doing the right thing. Then when people aren't charitable, everybody want to chide them like, look at this nonsense. This story is evident that Black Lives Matter is a dismal failure. And it's not helping black people whatsoever. When you give money, okay, because you've been guilt tripped to just give with your whole heart and don't think about it and God will bring it back. And there's some truth to that. But that fleshly part of you, that human part of you, had better start asking questions as to whom you give your money to. Because I'm just going to be honest with you. When I first heard about this movement, I sat back and waited for it to crumble. That's a bad thing to say. You don't want something to happen, but you innately know it's going to happen. We're not going to internally fix our communities, okay? Unless we continue to snuff out people like this. And I'm not talking about kill them, or unalive them. Don't do that. I shouldn't have said that K word because they might block this video. I'm talking about in the sense, right, that we stop seeing the surface level. Oh, this person looks dapper in this suit. Oh, this person look clean. They look fresh. Because you don't want to appear hating on someone. But you don't have to hate on someone to want the best for your community when something doesn't look right. I hope he don't feel like he too sexy for jail. Because ain't enough sex appeal gonna save him from that. Looks like he's going. Let's do better with this internal stuff and focus a little bit more on it if we can.